Hello, welcome to the Degen podcast. I'm. Hang on. I got it. I'm Rob. I'm Rob.
Hey,
I found
Rob.
it. Hi.
Hey yo.
How's it going?
Alright. I'm Jax.
I am Dave.
And I'm Matt.
Yes.
And unfortunately, Justin this time is not with us
What's
today.
what's he
facing
doing?
some allegations this week.
Oh, it's his turn
Yeah.
now.
Mm-hmm.
It's his turn to be alligated against.
Yep.
Alligated. What
It's
do
too bad I don't have a life. Maybe I'd have some allegations.
You don't want allegations, sir. They have a negative connotation to them.
I mean, if you have enough of them, it might be like impressive.
No, it's not like reaching a high score. It's not like no.
What, like
Huh?
fucking Bill Cosby?
Like oh my god. Anyway.
Anyway.
So boyos, we had well, I mean it hasn't technically happened yet, but voting has started for the Game Awards. Yay.
The Game Awards.
The Game Awards. The
Yup.
Ohio State no. So we thought it would be fun for us to as a podcast put in our votes as one united voice because we all share the same gaming opinions, and that's a
We
fact.
are a monolith.
And that is a fact. So, if we are ready, we can go do that. Let me just seamlessly switch over to that. And now we're
ready.
here. Yeah. So this is the Game Awards site. Looks like this. We can hit vote now. And for those of us that are listening to this on Spotify or on YouTube and you're just not watching the actual screen, then we'll just say what we're doing here. There's a bunch of categories for us. So
31 categories.
31. Well, we're
Oh
allowed to
yeah.
cast 31 votes, so I'm assuming that means that there's 31 things to vote for.
Mm-hmm.
So it starts us off right off the bat with Game of the Year. Game of the Year, we have Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, a lot of sequels, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, and
They're all sequels.
and Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, they're all sequels.
They're all sequels. The only one I've played is Baldur's Gate 3, so I'm going to have to throw in my vote there.
Yeah, I've only played Baldur's Gate 3 out of all of these.
Although I have seen gameplay of Spider-Man 2, and it looks freaking awesome.
I have also only played Baldur's Gate 3. See, we do share the same opinions. We are a united front here.
I have also only played Baldur's Gate 3.
No way, dude. Well, I guess I know where our vote's going.
Yeah, I mean,
Yo.
we
I
would
don't know.
not be a united front if Mr. Allegations was here because he just finished playing Mario Wonder and he said it was a
Oh
blast.
yeah, I would have guessed him to say that
Yeah.
because I haven't seen him play Baldur's Gate 3 in a while. So
Elephant Mario's freaking wild, though.
I actually have no clue what Alan Wake is about.
Neither do I.
I don't know either.
I heard it was good, but I don't even know.
Yeah,
All I know
we're
is
gamers.
we've only played Baldur's Gate, and the amount of critical acclaim and popular acclaim I've heard for Baldur's Gate 3, I think there's no question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Alan Wake 2 came out this year. I would say that's the biggest
Megalol.
surprise out of this pool for me. Is I have heard about all the games up here. I did not know Alan Wake 2 came out until I saw this.
I wish Jerry was here to fill in for Mr. Allegations because he's played Baldur's Gate 3, he's played Resi 4, and he's played Tears of the Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he'd have a more
Diverse opinion.
Yes, he would. I feel like he would choose Tears of the Kingdom
Yeah.
because that
Either Tears of the
nostalgia is
Kingdom or
this.
Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
But he loves Zelda.
Yeah,
He's
he
a
loves
Zelda
Zelda.
guy.
So Baldur's Gate 3 is going to get our vote for Game of the Year. Skadoosh.
Hey, yo.
Next category. All right, someone else read this one.
Best game direction. Alan Wake 2. Baldur's Gate 3. Marvel Spider-Man 2. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. And The Legend of Zelda. Tears of the Kingdom.
Well, fuck Resi 4, I guess.
The same exact nominations,
So-
except without Resident Evil 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So
I
is
think we
this
know where
like-
this is going again. I don't think we have it. I don't think we have to deliberate on this one, y'all. We really don't have a
Yeah.
diverse vote to
Hold on.
cast.
If we like, oh god, this is gonna be really boring if it's just like these same few pools of.
It really is.
It
Honestly,
probably will
for-
be.
Yeah.
When we read each category, let's also read the description of it because game direction is sort of vague. So it says best game direction awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. So, I mean, let's
Well, direction. All of these are like open world, aren't they? Except for Super Mario.
I mean, I don't know about Alan Wake, but I think everything else, yeah.
Yeah. I don't
So-
really see there's like a direction for that because it's you can do whatever.
Well,
I
I
mean,
mean, in
there's-
terms of
there's a story.
innovation, I like Marvel Spider-Man 2. As good as it looks, it's just it looks like
Same
the
thing.
same game as Spider-Man 1, like the original one. Super Mario's Bros. Wonder it expands on the concept a bit, but it's still Mario. It's still a side scroller, platformer. And
Yeah.
Here's the Kingdom is down to its roots, very similar to Breath of the Wild. I
Mhm.
don't know
Well-
what Alan Wake 2 is like, but Baldur's Gate 3 did a good amount of innovation in its design.
Yeah.
Well, that might be because you've also only played 3.
That's true.
Like,
I've only
it's-
played
it's
Baldur's
very-
Gate 3.
Okay,
Very
but
similar to 2.
Baldur's
though.
Gate 2 is over 20 years old.
Yeah.
When's
I can't
Baldur's
imagine
Gate
Sure.
1?
I can't imagine them being that
Just
similar.
Baldur's Gate.
When was Baldur's Gate?
I don't know.
Let's see.
1834.
1998.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Older than me.
Older than
All right.
me.
All right,
Well, I
so
think our
Yeah,
vote just goes back to Baldur's Gate 3
Baldur's
here.
Gate, best game direction.
Yes,
Next
sir.
category.
Next to Rooney.
I don't like the keep voting thing that pops up. It's
I know, it's annoying.
obnoxious. Best narrative. We have some new games. Okay.
Yup.
Rate it.
For outstanding story, fuck off. For outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. We once again have Alan Wake, Baldur's Gate, Spider-Man, and our new games to the pool are Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, which I'm assuming is like a DLC,
Yeah.
and Final Fantasy 16.
Anytime I see Final
Yeah.
Fantasy, it just reminds me of Wendy and the Countess just him saying, "Oh yeah, it's
no,
obviously
why would
Final
you
Fantasy
talk
like
about
7."
this? Why would you mention? Oh my god!
Dude,
Anytime
why?
I see Final Fantasy, it just
Now it's in
I'm
my
just brought
head.
back.
Why did you have to spread that?
Because
Fucking Final
I had to
Fantasy guy.
suffer. Because I
Okay.
have to suffer. Now you guys too.
Okay, well, let's make the viewers and the listeners suffer.
Yeah.
So we attended an anime convention in Orlando. When was it? Like last
Last year.
Bef-
Last year.
last year.
Before. 2020.
A year
Two.
ago, back
Summer
in 2022
2022.
June.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah.
And there was this character, we'll say, named the Countess, who was present at very many of the panels / event things throughout the convention, and they were very enthusiastic and flamboyant and a headache, um, and just
We,
general.
we, we played this Jeopardy game that he was running.
Yeah, played a Jeopardy game, and there was one of the Countess's biggest fans in attendance at a lot of these events, and he was this dude that could answer, every question on the Jeopardy, and the Countess always picked on him, um, mostly because he was the only one that was raising his hand, or he was the most enthusiastic and sitting in the front, but also like the
He was the only one who knew it.
yeah, like it just wasn't very enjoyable.
Like
It's
90% of the questions were about Final Fantasy.
yeah,
Like 90% of them. And we're sitting
then
here like,
we-
I thought this was supposed to be about anime and games, not Final Fantasy only. Like,
Yeah. And then when like a question about a Final Fantasy game would come up, the dude would be like, "Oh, obviously it's Final Fantasy 7, or obviously it's
oh,
14."
don't
Who
you
wouldn't know? Who
know?
wouldn't have known?
Don't you
Yeah.
know?
Like, and he did that for all what, like 15 or 16 that were out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all
15.
I think 15.
Yeah.
all right.
I feel like just out of spite, even if I played all of Final Fantasy 16 and loved it, I would not pick it.
Yeah.
um,
But anyway, back to
Sorry, Square
voting.
Enix.
yeah, still love
Yeah.
Square Enix, but um,
Squeenix.
Final
Square
Fantasy
Enix.
guy has ruined it, sadly.
Yeah.
so best narrative, um, I guess Baldur's Gate 3.
Because I've only played that one.
Did any of you play Cyberpunk?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Well,
Nope.
This is gonna be a really boring list. I have
We're
this- I
getting
have this
bald and
feeling we're
gay.
gonna get-
Let's
Don't
go.
worry. I think we're gonna get to some categories where there's more stuff, and I think there's even
Yeah.
some where there is not Baldur's Gate.
There's something where I can see
Yeah.
this.
Next category.
Just like next category. It's gonna pop up every time.
All
Yep.
right, Jackson.
Alrighty, we got the best
Like that.
art direction for outstanding creative and or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. We have Alan Wake 2, we have Hi-Fi Rush, Liza P, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom.
I'll be honest. I think Hi-Fi Rush wins this one.
I never saw it. I've never seen this before.
I watched Dustin play it. I never played it myself.
I think I've
but
seen
it
trailers
looked
for it.
incredible.
I like
I
Liza
watched-
P.
It was like the entire game of Hi-Fi Rush is just all. It's like musical combat. Is what it is. Like you're a guy wielding a sword. Well, not a sword. You're a guy wielding a guitar,
Oh
a
yeah,
sword.
this.
and you have to like put your inputs into the beat. It's very cool.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
That would take my vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Also-
the Liza P.
I'll support that, but a lot of the footage I've seen from Super Mario Bros. Wonder has also been really cool. I mean, it's Mario. Like, it's not like a new
Yeah.
innovative design.
I
or
can't
anything,
imagine it.
but
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Let me see.
I just like Liza P just because of like the time period, the
Mm,
Yeah.
type of
mm,
art it is.
yeah. Liza
But
P is a very Bloodborne aesthetic.
yeah,
Mhm.
but like if it's kind of new and like innovative, the Hi-Fi Rush, you don't really see games a lot with that kind of art style.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
I would probably.
Well, it's creative and or technical achievement.
Yeah, true. I'd still vote for Liza P though, just because I like it.
Mm.
I'll be neutral on this. I'll put in a half a vote for Hi-Fi Rush and Liza P. Rob, what do you think?
It's a hard choice because creativity-wise, Hi-Fi Rush kills it, but
Mm-hmm.
in terms of technical achievement, Liza P and Alan Wake 2 are both really solid.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mm.
how about we let Siri decide?
No, let's
No.
not. Fucking goddamn.
Shut down.
Hi-Fi Rush.
Oh man, alright.
Liza
What did you
P.
say, Matt?
Mine was Hi-Fi Rush.
Alright, do Hi-Fi Rush.
Let's go.
Oh man.
Oh man, next we got best score and music, of which I've heard basically none. Okay.
Honestly, yeah.
Final Fantasy always has good music,
Yeah,
but
they
Hi-Fi
do.
Rush had really good music too.
Legend of Zelda usually has good music too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, let me say them. Best score and music for outstanding music, inclusive of score, original song, and or licensed soundtrack. We have...
Where's Honkai Star Rail?
Where's Honkai Star Rail? We have Alan Wake 2.
Nah, Honkai Star Rail would be valid on here.
We have Alan
Oh,
Wake
yeah, it
2.
Has some bangers.
We have Alan Wake 2. Composer, Petri Alanko. Baldur's Gate 3. Composer, Borislav Slav. Final Fantasy 16. Composer, Masayoshi Soken. Hi-Fi Rush. Audio director, Shuichi Kobori. And Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, composed by Nintendo's sound team. So,
Borislav has good ones for Divinity Original Sin
if only
2
Johannes
and
was
1.
here.
Okay, but we're not
I
talking
don't,
about
but
Divinity.
I don't. Yeah, I'm just saying he has good, but like the ones for Baldur's Gate were kind of not as.
I don't
I
know.
don't really
I
remember
didn't
the
pay
music
enough
for Baldur's
attention
Gate.
to Divinity soundtrack when I played it. All I know, bro,
Mhm.
Baldur's Gate, Down by the River, Down by the River, and Raphael's Final Act.
Mm.
Like for me, consuming a soundtrack, in any like piece of media, if you can get me to remember the name of one of your songs and it's not like the opening or ending, especially for like an anime, I consider your soundtrack to be like high tier.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, where is Risk of Rain 2
I'll
soundtrack?
I'll sit back on this one
I
because
do not think
I don't
Risk
really
of
know the
Rain came
music
out
that
this
well.
year.
Yeah, Risk of Rain 2 is like bangers. Because it's just.
Yeah, but when did that fucking come out? It definitely
Oh,
didn't
like
come out this year. It came
ages
out in
ago.
like
vote in.
2019.
I'll throw my vote in for Baldur's Gate 3 because I just haven't really listened to much of the other ones. Like I don't remember the
2020.
music from Hi-Fi Rush that well when I watched Dustin. I remember it being good, but I don't really remember it. So
I'm gonna say Baldur's Gate, and also
just moved on.
I surveyed Jerry. He said the Tears of the Kingdom soundtrack was all right, had a few bangers,
Oh
but
no.
mostly just Breath of the Wild.
Alright, Baldur's Gate 3 it is.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's go, Borislav.
Borislav.
Bro, I forget where I saw it, but some app telling me like for people who like Borislav Slavov, and I'm like, who is that? I hadn't paid attention to his name on the
Best
soundtrack.
audio design. Alan Wake 2, Dead Space, Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, or Resident Evil. And this is recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design.
I wish I played any of those games to know.
I've watched
My
Jerry
vote's
play
in
Resident
for
Evil 4.
my
That's
vote's
what I
in for
got.
Hi-Fi Rush again.
I'm
Mm.
gonna
I like the musical combat.
neutral for this
It's
one.
very cool.
I'm gonna put in a vote for Resi 4 because of the stuff that I watched Jerry play, it felt pretty immersive. Like
I agree.
It sounded pretty good too.
Of what I watched, like it felt pretty suspenseful and creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Seemed like solid.
Abstain.
Works for me.
I can't
Resident Evil
imagine
4.
the audio design being that interesting for Spider-Man.
I mean, it's just
Like-
Marvel music.
It's just the
No,
The
because we're not
Avengers.
talking about music. We're talking about sound design.
Oh, true.
It's just the
the FX.
it's just the
sounds.
web, the coming out of
Yeah,
the chew. Okay, next.
Alrighty.
Whoa. Okay.
Best performance.
year is me. Best performance awarded to an individual for voiceover acting, motion, and/or performance capture. We have Ben Starr, Final Fantasy 16. Hang on, I have something in my mouth. Cameron Monaghan. Sorry if I pronounce any of your names wrong, voice actors. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Idris Elba, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. Melanie Libbard, Alan Wake 2. Neil Newbon, Baldur's Gate 3. Yuri Lowenthal, Marvel's Spider-Man 2. All I got is Baldur's Gate.
Oh,
all I got too.
we're so bad.
Yeah,
Honestly,
just throw the
I'm
vote
a
in. I don't know these
my man,
people.
Idris Elba, because I watched him from Tenet.
I will tell you, Neil Newbon is a Astarion.
Oh, I
Astarian's
did
cool.
not. I kicked him out of my thing. I don't know any of his lines. Like I attacked him, so I don't know any.
All right, so
Well, it's up to you guys.
Neil,
Yep.
Neil it is.
I
Neil,
guess so.
Needle,
We don't really have a choice here.
Needle, lee.
Alrighty.
Who's next?
Okay.
Jackson.
So we got innovation and accessibility. Okay. Recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience.
Hmm.
Excuse me. We have Diablo 4, Forza Motorsports, Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Mortal Kombat 1, and Street Fighter 6. Well,
I don't really
I
have a
will
leg to
say-
stand on in this, but I do
Yeah.
know that Forza is always doing like innovative accessibility stuff. They almost
Yeah.
always win this category every year. So I would assume that they're going to
That's
do something
interesting.
similar again.
What do they usually do to warrant that?
It's just like accessibility for people that are impaired, whether it's through cues. Like they always innovate their controller, like how you play the use the controllers for the game. There's a lot of different options. I don't know all the details, but I just see them winning a lot.
I wonder if
I
Street
remember
Fighter
it.
came out with like a new controller thing.
I can speak a little bit on Street Fighter.
Yeah.
It's the only one I know about. So for people who are not familiar with like traditional fighting games, especially the like 2D fighting games like Street Fighter, where you're basically only moving like left and right and you can jump or crouch and that's it, but there's no like moving forward and backward. You do a lot of directional inputs for your attacks, either with a joystick if you're talking like one of the joysticks that people buy to play the game, or on like an arcade machine. And it's the same if you're playing with a controller, you would be doing it with a thumbstick, or if you're doing it with a mouse and keyboard, you would be doing it by pressing keys to basically mirror doing some certain input with a joystick or a thumbstick. which there are some like supers or specials in different fighting games that are really more technically complicated inputs. Like I'll explain an input with a numpad. Do you guys have numpads on your keyboards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there are some inputs, for example, there's easier ones. So 214 would be like you're pushing a stick down and to the left and then left, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the more simple ones. There's ones that would be like 623.
So like going bottom right.
So like a Z pattern.
Yeah, going right, going middle, then going bottom right. But there's ones that want you to double that. So it would be like 623, 623 would be the input. And for people with some physical handicaps, I imagine that could be kind of challenging to do. Honestly, as someone with 2 fully functional hands, I spent a lot of time practicing just nailing my inputs when I was playing fighting games.
Yeah.
So all of this to say, the feature that was, as far as I know, that was added in Street Fighter 6 is one button specials. So instead of having to do these complicated directional inputs in order to use your special moves and your supers, you just press uh this button and then you press another button, or you do a simple directional input, and that will give you the same super that you would get from doing a more complicated input.
That's
Yeah.
cool. I mean, I have heard that Street Fighter 6 is a very, like, if you were gonna get into a fighting game,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what a lot of people recommend.
I think
So
it's
I
also
definitely
because
get that.
Street Fighter's super popular, and I think it's fairly friendly to people who are new to fighting games. But a feature like that, and assuming there's other features like that in the game, that would definitely help their case.
Absolutely, I can agree there. I'll put my vote in with you.
Okay.
W.
I'm
Cool,
fine with
cool.
that.
Pog, we voted for a category where none of us have played.
Yeah.
Easy clap.
We voted for a few of those.
I'll be very curious if Forza ends up winning. Now that Matt has mentioned this, I've never paid attention to many of the categories on here. I usually just look at like game of the year, game direction, narrative, music, audio,
Yeah.
Let's go.
stuff like that. I don't really look at like accessibility or like most of the genres.
Games for
down the
impact.
list.
All right. We have games for
Yakson.
impact.
Wait. Right?
As me?
Yeah, yak.
Where's
Me? Okay,
the
games for
impact
impact.
game?
Wait.
I
We
thought
got-
you just went.
Yeah.
Jax just went.
What? We're
I
on
talked
8.
so long, I forgot.
Games for impact. For
Genshin?
a thought-provoking
Genshin
game.
Impact?
Can I speak?
You
Games
want
for
that?
impact. For a thought-provoking game with pro-social meaning or message. We have A Space for the Unbound, Chance of Senar, Goodbye Volcano High, Chia, Terra Nil, and Venba.
I've never heard of any of these.
I have heard of A Space for the Unbound. I have looked at screenshots of it. It looks pretty. I think I remember reading what it's about, but I don't remember what it was.
Fuck it, it's got my vote.
It looks like the most impactful versus the rest of them.
It looks the
Like-
most
Why? Because it
impactful.
literally looks like a
It doesn't-
Genshin Impact freaking.
Yeah.
Bruh.
We have to-
It actually
I don't
looks
know.
like some
Venba,
sort of.
Venba looks like it could be good.
We're gonna just title this episode like the most unqualified
Yeah.
Game
voters,
Awards.
game voters. I mean,
Yeah,
You
alright,
know what though? We're
I'm
more
down.
qualified than those reviewers out there that can't beat the tutorials on the games they review.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cuphead reviewer.
all right.
Hey,
Just-
I got banned on the League of Legends tutorial.
Wait, I think I remember you saying
Achievement
that.
acquired.
Yeah.
What did you
Alright,
say? A
let's-
slur in the tutorial?
No, I lost connection, and then it said you're
Oh my
banned.
god.
How dare you lose
All right,
connection?
enough allegations.
So let's try to go a bit quicker. We still have like
Yeah.
20 odd of these. I'm gonna put in a
Mhm.
vote for a space for the
Sure,
Unbound.
vote for it.
A space,
I'm not gonna
yeah.
argue a category I have no idea about.
Mm-hmm.
Let's cook.
Best ongoing. Apex Legends, Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy 16, Fortnite,
Oh my
or
God.
Genshin Impact.
I'm way too committed to
Oh,
the
my
bit
bad.
of
Genshin Impact.
forgetting the order because I just accused Jackson of not going, and now I almost accused Matt of going the wrong
Yeah, please.
consecutively. Oh my god! I'm gonna vote for Apex Legends, not because I've played it, but just judging off of the player base.
But there's
What's the word?
16 Final Fantasies.
Shut up. It's the ongoing of that game.
Oh, that's
And that's
14,
Final
wait.
Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
Somebody can't read.
But there's 2,076 other cyberpunks.
Brother, oh my god.
And Fortnite's been doing Fortnite things.
just based on what I know, the like player activity to be for Apex, and the fact that I played Genshin, and I don't think it's the best ongoing game. I really don't want it to be. That would be disappointing.
My
for
vote's
the
going in for
I mean-
Genshin. I'm pretty satisfied with Fontaine, so that's where my vote's going.
Same here.
I mean, what? Apex only has 28 viewers right now, but Fortnite has like 100,000.
Apex on
28
what? Apex does
Sorry,
not have
28,000.
I was gonna argue.
Sorry, 28,000. Fortnite has 102,000.
Motherfucker off by 3 orders of magnitude.
And where is Genshin?
I'm gonna say-
12,000.
I was actually gonna guess 11.
Good guess. Hang
Only
on, I'm gonna
12.
check. No, not Steam DB. Steam charts.
So
Let's see.
earlier
Final
today,
Fan.
Oh yeah.
one of my students was had his little brother in the back of the class, and the brother finished all of his classes for the day and was just waiting for his older brother to finish my class so that the older brother could drive them both home. So he was like, can I just sit in the back of the class? I won't distract or anything. And I'm like, okay. And like we did the class and then we ended, and he was like, Mr. So-and-so, Mr. So-and-so. I'm like, what's up? What's up? I got a 9 kill and win in Fortnite. I'm like, okay.
My man.
And I was like, I literally wasn't paying attention to him the entire
Why
class.
didn't you support him?
He did a good job of like not distracting. I was
That's
like,
impressive.
were you on your phone or were you on your laptop? And he was like, I did it on my laptop. And I was like, did you do it with a
That's
trackpad?
Honestly,
And he's
kind
like,
of,
yeah. I was like, you got a 9
Okay.
kill win
Oh.
with a trackpad?
that's
he's like,
actually
yeah.
really impressive.
I'm like, wow, okay. That's
yeah,
pretty
wow.
cool.
That is.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I am too.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just go with
Genshin.
Yeah. It sounds like we have to go with Genshin Impact. We are a monolith.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are.
We all have one opinion.
We all
I
love
don't
Genshin
agree with
and
this
everything it
opinion.
stands for.
I've
go with-
I've barely played Genshin since like patch 3.5. For reference, we're on what 4.2.
4.2.
I log in monthly.
That's like 5 or 6 patches. I've played more Honkai Star Rail than Genshin Impact. Same devs. All right. It's my turn, right? Right?
I
I'm
think
not
I think you
stupid.
have to give this one to Matt though. I think you can.
I
I think you have to.
go for it, Cook.
Make sure you
Best
read the
community
thing below it too.
support. Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates/patches. Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Destiny fucking 2, Final Fantasy 16. Oh no, 14.
14.
My bad. That's 14. Has the same symbol though. No Man's Sky,
I can hear the Pepe laugh.
bro. Bro.
All right, let it out. Let
How
out.
did
Let it out.
who paid them to put Destiny 2 on here?
Well, so
Who was paid?
I'm pretty sure Destiny 2 got on there because this was all prior to everything that's happened with Destiny 2.
Well, they've never been good with communication.
I
Ever.
mean, they got their twids.
True.
They got their weekly send outs.
They've got the
updates.
TWAB, but that's not inclusiveness
Hey.
and like that's not
Hey, it's not a
outstanding
TWAB
community
anymore.
support and responsiveness. That's
It's
just
not a
putting
TWAB.
out like some information every week that you
Yeah,
kind of want to put out.
it's a twid now because Bungie
So
is
Destiny
like
2.
2 IPs now.
Oh my God,
But yeah.
Bungie.
And,
So
I'm gonna go with Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
gonna go
play
with
the other
Baldur's
ones.
Gate 3.
I just know that.
Though I give a nod to No Man's Sky.
Yeah, I was gonna say No Man's Sky, because my God, is that a
Though
totally
they did
different
make me
game?
feel like I wasted my goddamn money when I bought that game.
I'll throw
Never
my
got
vote in
it.
for Final Fantasy 14. I really liked the game for that, and I've heard nothing but good things about the devs.
All right, so Baldur's Gate. We are a monolith.
We are
Okay.
Monolith.
Well, we got at least 2 votes for Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
And
Hey yo, you right,
not
you
2
right.
votes for anything else.
50%.
All right, Rob, you got the next two.
I. Best independent game for outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system. We have Cocoon, made by Geometric Interactive and Annapurna Interactive. Dave the Diver by Mint Rocket.
It's me.
Dredge by Black Salt Games, Team 17. Sea of Stars by Sabotage Studio. And Viewfinder by Sad Owl Studios and Thunderful Publishing.
I've
I'm gonna go with
only heard
Dave the
of 2 of
Diver.
these.
I've heard of 3 of them. I've heard the most about Dave the Diver. I'm gonna go with Dredge because I have a coworker who has talked about it with me a lot, and it sounded like a very, very cool game.
What do you do in it?
I don't remember.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm only choosing Dave the Diver because that's the only game I've heard of.
Let's see. I am reading off of Wikipedia. Dredge sees the player control a small motorized fishing boat. Takes place on a day-night cycle where specific actions the player takes, such as sailing or fishing, push the clock forward. The player can look for fish to catch or underwater items to salvage, where they play a short minigame to bring their catch on board. If the player stays out into the night, a panic meter starts to rise with higher levels, leading to hallucinations that change reality around the boat, creating hazards that may damage the vessel. However, some fish only become available during the night hours, forcing the player to stay out during these times. The waters around the archipelago also contain a number of sea monsters which can attack the player.
cool.
And then boring shit about docking and whatever settlements, blah blah blah.
Pog.
Yeah. A lot of water games going on here.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I'll put in a thing for Dave the Diver. I've heard a lot of good stuff about it, and a lot of streamers played it. Matt, what say you?
I know none of these, so it's all you guys.
All right, so Dave gets it.
Dave the Diver.
I got it. I won.
Way to go, Dave.
Let's go. We're somehow only through a third of these.
I know.
Best debut indie game. For the best debut game created by a new independent studio, Cocoon by Geometric Interactive and Annapurna Interactive. I'm not gonna reread all of them. Dredge, Pizza Tower by Torta Pizza, Venba by Visai Games, and Viewfinder. Dredge will get my vote because I don't know any of the other ones. The
I'll agree with you,
Cocoon
'cause I don't
does
know
look
any of them.
cool as shit. I'm not gonna lie, that looks really funky just going off the thumbnail.
I think Dustin played Pizza Tower.
Of course he did.
It looks like a game you would
Of course, the most useful person to have for the vote is not here.
play. Yeah.
The only one who would have given any opinions outside of the rest of us.
Yeah. But I'll put in a vote for Dredge too.
Yeah, I do Dredge.
W.
Let's
Once again, don't
go.
have a vote for this.
Thanks, man. All right, Jax, it's you.
Alrighty, we got best mobile game.
Hey, yo.
For the best game playable
Oh,
on a
hell yeah.
mobile device, we got Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, Hello Kitty Island Adventure, Honkai Star Rail, Monster Hunter Now, and Terra Nil.
Honkai Star Rail, the only one I played,
Yeah.
and actually better Hoyoverse game than Genshin Impact. Bug you, Genshin Impact.
I didn't know Monster Hunter had a mobile game.
I didn't know either.
My vote's for Star Rail too. I love that
Relationship
game.
with Genshin Impact over.
Rob, I want to know, do
Yeah.
you truly think Honkai Star Rail is a better game than Genshin?
It depends on by
Or
what
they're
metric.
different games. Yeah.
They are different games, but it depends on by what metric. In terms of enjoyment, currently I am enjoying Honkai Star Rail exponentially more than Genshin Impact. There is way more endgame content.
And it just
The
keeps growing
the
too.
endgame, yeah, the endgame content is more interesting. They keep adding endgame content. They have permanent events. I really like it.
The relic system's easier, lets you farm what you want to farm a lot
It feels
more.
like there's a greater diversity of viable team comps and ways to play than in Genshin. At least in Star Rail, I feel like you don't need as many characters to do it as you do in Genshin. In Genshin, it feels like you need a lot more characters to do a large range of, diverse team compositions.
In Genshin, it also feels like you have to put in a whole lot more work to make a somewhat underwhelming character more powerful. For example, I could go in with Arlen in Honkai Star Rail, who is by far the most underused character. And if I put a decent set on him, he will perform just as well as most other characters in the game. It has nothing to do with his kit or anything. His kit is fine. He's a damage dealer. But if you want him to work, you can make any character in that game work. That's what I like about Star Rail.
That's cool.
And there's similarities in Genshin. It just takes more work in Genshin.
Fair enough. Okay, next we have best VR/AR for the best game experience playable in virtual or augmented reality, irrespective of platform. We have Gran Turismo 7 by Polyphony Digital SIE, Horizon Call of the Mountain by Guerrilla Games, Firesprite SIE, Humanity by The LTD and Enhanced Games, Resident Evil Village VR mode by Capcom.
Mommy?
Okay, we don't have to read all of these.
Sorry.
The creators.
And Synapse and Dreams.
I was just doing
Mommy?
that for like indie games and shit because they're small.
Sorry? Mommy?
Sorry. So I've played none of these. I've watched all of gameplay for Resi Village, and I love the game. I loved watching it. And I can only imagine what it would be like in VR mode. I didn't know it was in VR mode. Like, fucking what's her name is like 8 feet tall.
Let's
I will say though,
I don't
the
know any of
Horizon,
these.
the Horizon is pretty nice though.
Looks cool.
Yeah. My vote's for Horizon.
Rob, what say you?
Ooh, I'm looking at some gameplay really quickly, cause I have no idea. Yeah, I'll go. Ooh, I'll go with Horizon.
Okay.
Oh damn.
Matty boy.
Best action game: Armored Core 6, Dead Island 2,
Yeah.
Ghost Runner 2, Hi-Fi Rush, or Remnant 2. My vote's for Armored Core 6. That game was cool as shit.
I would choose Dead Island 2 if like they actually made the game,
What do you mean?
because that's not an actual game. It's not available. They've only
What?
they only have a trailer for it, and that's it. I don't even think that's a real trailer.
Bruh.
What?
I'm pretty sure Dead Island 2 is not a real game. Because I would play it. I'd be playing it if it was.
It came out in April.
Nah, it's not real.
It came out in April.
Nah, dude.
That man back there is not real.
Their sales.
Yeah. I think it's the trailer itself was cool, but if only it was actually the trailer.
Yeah, my vote's still for Armored Core 6. That shit
Yeah.
was cool.
All
Yeah,
right. So Armored Core
I got
6.
nothing.
Congrats,
Give it to
Armored
Armored Core.
6.
We are a monolith.
We're a
Remnant
monolith.
2 was mid.
Roasted.
Back to our usual contestants.
Yeah. Best action adventure. For the best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. Alan Wake 2, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Legend of
Wow,
Zelda.
the only one we knew is gone.
I
I would vote for Legend of Zelda though.
Yeah, I'll
this.
give it for
Yeah,
Legend of Zelda.
me too.
I can't imagine any of these games matching Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah. Just
In terms
the
of
puzzles
And
and
adventure
plus,
stuff.
this doesn't have to be
puzzling.
innovative. Fuck it. Give it to
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild 2.
Oh, this one is.
Alright.
Okay.
Best RPG for the best game design
Starfield.
with that's a good one. But with rich character customization and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences. We got Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Lies of P, Sea of Stars, and Starfield. Okay, well, Lies of P and Starfield are single player games, so there's no thing as multiplayer.
Well, it
Unless
says
you can join in with
Well,
including.
them.
they don't all have to be multiplayer.
says
It's saying
including massively.
including
Oh,
such games.
Technically.
I'd do Starfield then.
I'll do.
My vote's for BG3, Baldur's Gate.
I'm
3,
doing Baldur's
so.
Gate. I can't
Baldur's
vote.
Gate.
I could never vote for Starfield after the video I watched the other day was 50 minutes of a guy just explaining why all the guns in Starfield were wrong. He's like, this part should not move this way
Should
on
not
this
be
type
there.
of gun.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
All right. Next we have
Can
best
I?
fighting. You want to?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead.
Best fighting. For the best game designed primarily around head-to-head combat, we have God of Rock, Mortal Kombat 1, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2, Pocket Bravery, and Street Fighter 6. It's Street Fighter 6.
I mean, what about the Thanksgiving fatality for Mortal
I'll give
Kombat
a
1?
fuck. It's Street Fighter 6. Look at
Fine.
the concurrent player count. It's Street Fighter 6.
Okay. Alright.
I'm gonna put
I
in.
didn't even know
I'll
any
throw
of
my
these
vote in
games
for it, too.
existed
I'm gonna
except
put in Nickelodeon.
Mortal Kombat 1 and Street Fighter were the only ones
My
on
vote's
here
for
that I
Street
knew
Fighter 2.
existed.
I mean, you guys don't like
Okay.
Pocket Bravery?
What, God of Rock? You wanna rock out?
Anybody in the comments who wants to argue about this one, talk to me after Evo if any of those other games are there. Because if it's any game on there other than
Best
Street Fighter
family
or
game.
Mortal Kombat, I will be surprised.
I need to do it. I need to go my take my
Oh.
turn. Best
It's true.
family. For the best that just sounds like who has the best family? For the best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform. Have Disney Illusion Island, Party Animals, Pikmin 4, Sonic Superstars, and Super Mario Brothers Wonder. I
mean, I know what
will
my vote
say
is for.
Party Animals. Because I've played it, period.
I
mean,
will
I just vote for Party Animals because it's the only one on here that I think is truly like a party game that's best for family play.
Yeah,
I'll
man. Hit each
I'll
other
say
with
Super
the
Mario
axes.
Bros. Wonder
Or the bats.
because I don't see Party Animal as someone who works with children. I would not. I would
Ah.
not want any of them playing that.
But-
They could
but
play.
I
Rob,
mean,
They
Rob,
could
think
play
about
Super
it.
Mario Bros.
If you played this with them, you could
beat them up.
Yeah, this is you vicariously beating them up through the
I
game.
don't want to.
You don't?
No, because they'd whine so
Hey,
much.
it doesn't say kids, it says family.
It says family, which can mean children.
Or
Doesn't
it
need
can
to
mean
Dominic
be.
adults.
Toretto.
Can
I'm
Family.
saying Super Mario
My
Bros.
vote's for Party
You
Animals.
can beat up
Or
your
the party
parents.
animals.
I can just it seems like the most consistently like
A
reasonable
monolith.
game for a
We are a
family to
monolith.
sit down and play.
We are a monolith.
We're a monolith. Why am I talking?
You're part of the monolith.
Matthew.
Best sim/strategy game. Best game focused on real-time or turn-based simulation. I'm not reading the rest of that. Advanced Wars 1+2, Reboot Camp,
What the
Cities Skylines 2, Company of Heroes 3, Fire Emblem Engage, and Pikmin 4.
I haven't played any of them. I'm voting
none of
Pikmin
them.
4.
My
I
vote's
love
Pikmin 4.
Pikmin.
I will say
Pikmins are
Pikmin
great.
also.
If we were
Sure.
considering the multiplayer aspect, I could not vote for Pikmin 4, but we're not. Pikmin 4.
Next.
W.
Oh boy.
Best sports/racing game. Ooh.
Yeah, best sports racing, again, a category that is well loved by all the members of this podcast, by which I mean
this.
no, I don't
category.
think any of us have played a single game in this category. We have EA Sports FC 24. Wow, that just made me that name makes me so flaccid. F1 23, Forza Motorsport, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged, and
Oh.
The Crew Motorfest.
I'm 90% sure Forza's gonna win this one.
I'm
so
going
I
for
wanna vote
Forza
Hot
just because
Wheels.
of what Matt said earlier.
Yeah.
I want to vote for Hot Wheels. You leave me alone.
Any more votes for
Forza.
the category we haven't played? All right, Forza, we are a monolith, unless Dave votes for Hot Wheels, in which case we don't get to vote.
I want to vote for EA Sports FC 24.
All right, Forza, we are a monolith.
We are a
Let's
monolith.
go.
Alrighty. Next one is best multiplayer. For outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game, genre, and platform. Baldur's Gate 3, Diablo 4, Party Animals, Street Fighter 6, Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
This is tough.
Baldur's Gate 3.
This
I'm
is
going
this
Party
is the one I'm
Animals.
actually like stuck.
Party Animals.
Or Diablo 4? Nah.
I'll say Party
As
Animals.
someone with over 100 hours on Baldur's Gate 3, Party Animals. Listen, don't get me wrong, I love Baldur's Gate 3. I could see myself putting 1,000 hours into that game. It's a great game. It's fun to play with other people. I don't think the online multiplayer design is necessarily outstanding. I think there's a lot of things that are annoying. The fact you have to mod to have more than 4 players. The fact that you cannot have more than 4 custom characters. The
We're a
fact that
monolith.
if you have 4 custom characters and someone joins, they must play a custom character. Kind of whack to me. I think it would be nice to have the option to say, I'm not gonna play Dave's custom character. I'm gonna play one of the NPCs while Dave isn't here tonight. I think that would be a cool option. And you cannot do that.
Mm.
Not unless you are also controlling a player character. You must control a player character in Baldur's Gate 3.
Best adaptation.
Is it me?
Yep, it's you.
Best adaptation. Recognizing outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts a video game to another entertainment medium. We have Castlevania, Nocturne, Gran Turismo, The Last of Us, the Super Mario Brothers movie, and Twisted Metal.
Only one.
I mean, the Super Mario Bros. Movie was pretty banger movie.
It was good.
Yeah, my vote is for the Super Mario Bros. Movie. I liked it a lot.
I remember seeing trailers
Let's
for the
be
Gran Turismo
peaches.
movie. Peaches, 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 peaches.
Peaches. Yeah.
Are we a
Children
monolith?
at work who have seen that.
Or are
damn
we a
movie.
monolith?
We're a monolith.
We
It doesn't
are.
matter.
We
3 of you have
are
voted
a
for it. We're a
monolith.
monolith.
I want
It
to know
is
your
relevant.
thoughts. What do you think?
I just say Last of Us, just on how the amount of things I've heard people say about it.
Mm-hmm. Matt.
This is me. Most anticipated game. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hades 2, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Star Wars Outlaws, or Tekken 8.
I'm gonna say Hades 2. I didn't know 3 out of the 5 of these, actually 4 out of the 5 of these existed. Hades 2 is the only one that I knew. I did not know any of these other things were going to be made. Am I the end all be all of gamers? Fuck no. Do I pay attention to news and to game news? Kinda, yeah. And I think with the cult following that Hades has, I think Hades 2 is probably the most anticipated game here. Unless Star Wars Outlaws is just going to bring something crazy to the field, or Tekken 8 is like the most anticipated Tekken game ever.
My vote's for Hades 2 because the girl on the poster is kind of hot.
Oh my god.
So you guys know he's got a point. He's got a point.
Let's get out of here.
W. It's me, Content Creator of the Year, for a streamer or content creator who has made an important and positive impact on the community in 2023. We have Iron Mouse, People Make Games, Quackity, Spreen, and Cypher PK. I've heard of 3 of them. I have not heard of Spreen or Cypher PK, and I will vote for Iron Mouse.
My vote's
Iron
for Iron
Mouse
Mouse too.
is lovely.
Mm-hmm. I like Mouse.
I am not a regular viewer, but of all the things I have seen online relating to Iron Mouse is lovely.
Monolith.
Monolith. Hive mind. Hive mind. Hive mind.
Weebs. What?
Weebs.
All right. Best esports game. We got Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, League of Legends, PUBG, Valorant. Oh, sorry,
League.
PUBG Mobile.
My
League
vote's
gets
for
my
League
vote,
as well.
100%.
I would say
League's fun to
League, yeah.
watch.
What about Dota 2, the international?
I've never watched Dota, so I don't know. And I mean, yeah, it's similar to League, but League is so.
Oh, it's also League because it has KDA pop stars.
Bro, when I was in college, my college had viewing parties for Worlds. the League of Legends World
okay,
Championship
okay.
tournament
Okay.
in like a lecture hall.
Hey, okay.
Like I don't mean this was like 20 nerds in some random classroom in a building on the edge of campus. This was in like I think in one of the largest lecture halls on campus.
HCB, huge classroom
It was in
building
the
building.
huge classroom building. Oh yeah.
Yeah. League.
All right. Next we have best esports athlete. We have Lee Faker Song Hyuk. Sorry. Matthew Zaiwu Herbolt.
Yes, sir.
Sorry. Max Demon 1 Mazanov. Paco Hydra Rusiwiz. Sorry. Park Ruler Jayuk. Sorry. And Philip Imperial Hall Dozen. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Zaiwu, because when we watched him in CSGO.
It's Faker.
My vote's for
100%
Faker
it's
too.
Faker.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know the plot line going into
they're
this year's
going good.
Worlds,
They're going good.
it's let me see. I don't know if it's already happened.
Give me the cliff notes.
South
I'm
Korea.
gonna. Okay, so let me just see.
They're
what's
finally
in this
gonna do it.
Is this like a
Okay,
comeback hit or
yeah.
something?
So Faker is considered one of the best mid laners of all time. He is probably undisputed the best player in the League of Legends competitive scene ever.
A1, baby.
And oh god, how many times has this fucker won? Let me see. He has won Worlds 3 times. 2013, 2015, 2016. MSI 2016, 2017. Got Worlds MVP 2 of the 3 years that he won. And has had 7 All-Star appearances, 2014 all the way through 2020. And I think I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with the plot line going into this, but that guy Ruler, the 5th guy, is on a team that Faker was set to face called JD Gaming. Faker is on a team called T1. And there was a lot of hype going into it because I guess Ruler is also really good. And there was like an interview or like a promo video where Ruler said this phrase, like, our road is inevitable, as in like our road to the championship. And you know what Faker fucking said? Oh my god, every I've seen it posted on TikTok so many times, and it's man said, like, Ruler needs to remember all roads lead to me. Not all roads lead to T1. All roads lead to me. And fuck, bro. I can't. That's just fuck. It's just such big dick energy. It's insane. It's insane, dude. Oh my god. When I first saw that, my jaw dropped. I was like, holy shit.
Nice.
Beef. Let's go. Whose
Nah.
I
turn
don't
is
know
it?
any
I'm
of these.
stupid. It's Matt's turn.
Is it? Best esports team: Evil Geniuses, Fnatic, Gaiman Gladiators, JD Gaming, or Team Vitality?
We should also add what games they're for, because a lot of these orgs have teams for multiple games.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Evil
sure.
Geniuses, Valorant, Fnatic, Valorant, Gaiman Gladiators Dota 2, JD Gaming League of Legends, and Team Vitality Counter-Strike. I got nothing. I don't know any of these
No clue.
teams that well. I would have something to say maybe if there were some R6 teams, or if it was T1. I have nothing. I will say, I guess spoiler alert for the League of Legends T1 versus JD Gaming. T1 fucking clapped their cheeks. Faker was right. All roads lead to him. Ruler don't rule shit anymore. So I don't know.
Go to Team Vitality. Because
I like
I
that
watched
name.
them on
Team
CSGO.
Vitality.
Sure.
We are a monolith.
We are a
Woo!
monolith, both in our opinions and in our ignorance.
Mm-hmm. Mostly our
Yep.
ignorance.
Best esports coach. We had Christine Potter Evil Geniuses Valorant, Danny Zonic Sorensen, Team Falcons Counter-Strike, Jordan Gunba Graham, Florida Mayhem Overwatch, Remy XTQZZZ Quonium, I'm sorry, Team Vitality Counter-Strike, and Yun Homer, or no, that's Sung Young, JD Gaming League of Legends. Personally, I'm going with Christine Potter Chi because she's the only one I'm seeing here that is holding up a trophy, which means these other four people coached losers.
You're right. That's the best.
Hey, that's the most. That's all the info I need.
And
They should have
I
chose
don't-
better
yeah.
photos. They should have chose better photos.
about the rest of them.
Yep.
Should have chose better photos. That's all there is to it.
I'm just gonna vote for Gunba because Florida.
Is it?
Florida,
Oh yeah,
CAC,
Overwatch. Isn't
W.
Overwatch over though? So he's out of a
Yeah,
job,
Overwatch
right?
is done for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that league is so toast.
And finally,
I swear my neighbor's playing fucking Enter Sandman. The opening riff to Enter Sandman over and over. Also, yes, Evil Geniuses Valorant is 2023. Yep, they are world champions. Best esports event. Is it my turn? I'm stupid.
I don't know whose turn
Sure,
is it.
you
Just
can
take
go.
it.
Just go. Yeah.
Recognize an event across single or multiple days that delivered a best of class experience for participants and the broadcast audience. We have the 2023 League of Legends World Championship, Blast.tv Paris Major 2023, EVO,
Nope.
the International Dota 2 Championships, and Valorant Champions.
It's
I'm
at
assuming
Worlds.
Blast is CSGO because I see Team Vitality, which I only
Yep.
know because of the previous votes. I'm between Worlds and Evo. I know what I was saying about Worlds earlier, and I still think that's true, but I also know Evo is massive every year.
Evo's the only one that I
Yeah.
know, like by name, from these.
You don't know
any of
Worlds?
these.
Y'all don't know Worlds?
Nope.
Fuck.
I know the International Evo and World, so all three.
Y'all got this one.
Let me see if I
abstaining.
can find something on viewership really fast. Okay. Evo 2023, highest ever peak viewership of over 399,000 viewers.
That is
7.7
just
million
unreal.
hours watched.
That is unreal.
Is it?
Worlds.
Yeah, Worlds. Average
laughter.
viewers. Average.
700.
1.1 million.
Average.
Max views 8 million.
Peak
Over.
4.3 million. Hours watched 125 million hours.
Yeah.
Peak viewers for Evo, God bless it, if I'm not mistaken, what I'm looking at here. 440,000. Also, for reference, the 4 million hours watched is over 28 hours of airtime. Worlds is 125 million over 111 hours of airtime. So if we do what? 111 divided by 28 is 3.96 times the 4 point whatever, 4.1 million. You get a whopping 16. So my vote goes to Worlds.
Evo,
Woo.
United,
Worlds.
Monolith,
Monolith.
Monolith. And with that,
Yes, sir.
let
Are we
us.
done? We're done. Let's
We're done.
go.
We voted.
We voted. Oops.
Took us an
Yeah.
hour.
That took a
Jesus
long time.
Keep
Christ.
going. You've reached the edge.
Oh,
Okay.
thank God.
All right. Well, that was our
That was
the Game
fun, but that was
Awards
long.
by the most seasoned, veteran, experienced gamers of the year here. Honestly, where's our category where we should just win it all, huh?
we gotta get streamy.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys in a few years. Vote for us.
Vote for us. Vote for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna switch it back to that.
Back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah. So
Ooh, spooky.
let's see.
Leaks. Oh wait, I'm looking at the.
That took
fucking
a
Discord.
damn long time.
Yeah, about an hour.
So one thing I definitely wanted to speak about also tonight was this Jujutsu Kaisen stuff going on and Mappa in general. So what's been going on is we have been absolutely blessed with some of the best animation I've ever seen. Full stop. In like an anime episode, 2 anime episodes, back to back. This past episode and the one just before were movie level production quality, animations there, sound design's there, score is there, voice acting is there. It's all there. And it's just top tier, S tier all around. And it's fantastic. It's just really good.
May I make one quick criticism?
Yes.
Of the most recent episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. I haven't watched it. Don't kill me, because I have read the manga, so I am vaccinated against spoilers. And you're thinking, Rob, you haven't watched it. What the fuck do you want to say? You Are My Special is all I'm gonna say. At the end of the most recent episode, why the fuck did we put that there?
It felt a bit weird.
If you haven't watched it, I'm not gonna say anything.
Did feel a bit weird.
But if you have watched it, you most certainly know what I'm talking about, because just the way we're feeling at the end of the most recent episode, we're not even done. The screen hasn't even faded to black. My man's is still on the screen and just, you are my special. And it's like, why? What the fuck?
Just watch the episode.
It's like, where's the tension?
Just watch the episode.
Where did it go? Yeah, watch the episode, and you will come back and commiserate with me in the comments. Because as phenomenal as JJK has been, as Dave was saying, why You Are My Special? Please continue.
So, pretty much godly episodes. And also found out that one of the animators is our boy Vincent Chansard.
Vincent what?
Vincent Chansard, who worked on Gear 5th. And Gear 5th and a bunch of other stuff. I think he did
Zoro versus King.
Yeah, Zoro versus King. Like pretty much a lot of the main Gear 5th sequences that you see clips of and edits for are from his clips. The man's living on another planet. He's on another level. So really glad to see his work on Jujutsu Kaisen because the design of the curses and the just the characters there lends itself very nicely to his particular skill set of animating. But besides how very good the episodes were, the animators are fantastic. The organization of MAPPA needs to chill the fuck out. They do not do a good job of treating their animators as human beings. I wish Dustin was here, not dealing with the allegations, because he was having more ammunition in this than I can have. But I mean, it's been known for a while that MAPPA overworks their employees and doesn't give them enough breaks, gives them long hours, and it's really sad when you see stuff produced as well as it is, and then you get the idea that they're not being well compensated or well treated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
sucks.
I feel like I don't know how much Dustin had to say about it, but I feel like I have some shit to say about it that I've just seen online. People saying that in order to work on JJK, to be part of the production, that you would have to be working 60 to 70 hours a week. But it's just been really tragic and depressing seeing all the things being said by people who are involved with the production and with the animation. I'm trying to see if I have it pulled up somewhere, because I had found an article with just, there it is, here we go. Director Okubo Shinsuke. Let me make sure we're clear on what this person's role is in the production. Let me see. I think an episode director for JJK season 2 posted a drawing of a woman. They say a woman. It is a character from, which show is it? I think from Bakuman, the show, a manga / anime
Love that
about
show.
making an anime, right?
Mm-hmm.
The character the drawing of the character he posted is an animator in the show, and the drawing is of said woman hanging herself. So kind of dark. I say kind of. And there's many posts made on X, formerly known as Twitter, talking about everyone's experiences and feelings about what it's been like working on the second season of JJK, and it's just sad. Yeah, okay, here I have at least one more tweet from, who is this?
You have one more X?
Yeah, I have one more X. Bad news has arrived and I'm suddenly overwhelmed. The most boring ending I can think of. Ah, the festival is over. Yes, disbanded. And another animator for JJK just tweeted, "It's over," and a skull. Another animator expressed disappointment with Mappa. Itsuki Tsuchigami. I didn't think so much about the previous work, but it makes me really uncomfortable to hear people praise the company's name for the good things about the current work. Those who should be praised are the director who moved around to gather outside contractors and people in each department within the company, including production and filming, who persevered.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love JJK. Mappa has done phenomenal work. I love the manga. I love Gege, though he writes some vile shit. I love Gege. Personally, I would support the production going on a pause if it meant that Mappa stopped treating their employees like shit, but Mappa is a Japanese company. We all know that's probably not going to happen.
Unfortunately, the
Jinx,
the
you
work
owe me a
culture
soda.
over there is not that good.
You know it's bad when the Americans are talking shit about your work culture.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So it's been rumored that or I don't know if it's been more than rumored now, that
I think it's still rumored.
that this past episode that was godly will be the last one this season that will be anywhere near that level, because the next few episodes are going to be either delayed, look substantially worse, or just straight up be on pause indefinitely, hiatus, because it is just not looking good for these animators. It's just a bad situation for them. So, fun stuff.
Yeah, I hope it goes on a delay, because
Yeah, me too.
they deserve to be treated reasonably instead of how they're being treated now.
Yeah.
Because, like, a lot of these animators seem like they love what they do. They deserve to get to live their lives pleasantly and work pleasantly while doing something they love, rather than being made to be miserable and worked to illness and probably grow to hate what they do,
Yeah.
instead of getting to make something amazing and to be happy doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we
Having fun at work? Huh.
praise Mappa.
Imagine.
I don't know. I have fun at work sometimes.
I had fun at work today.
Today,
I got to do a lab
huh?
with my kids.
Word. Today, me and my kids ran around the playground screaming.
Did you actually run around and scream?
Yep.
I want to
I'd
see
say
that.
today was good for me too. It
I
was-
would pay to see that.
What? Me and my kids running around screaming?
No, you running
Just
around
you.
screaming. Oh wait, I
Oh.
have seen that.
Well, you've seen me running around, not screaming.
You may as well have been
True.
screaming.
Yeah, you were screaming on the inside. We could tell.
I was. I really was.
Have we talked about that on here
I don't
before?
remember.
Probably.
Probably.
I don't remember.
Actually, I
feel-
mean,
I feel
why
like
don't
we
why,
have
why don't
it.
you just give us the cliff notes of it, because it'll actually transition us into this other
Sure.
topic I want us to do.
Yeah, I see. Okay. Matt, can you tell us the name of the place, because I don't remember. I've repressed it.
We were at one of my favorite Japanese restaurants in Orlando, Bay Ridge. Oh, that place.
So we are once again discussing that time where we all met up
The con.
for that anime convention in summer 2022, Anime Festival Orlando. This was prior to the
Hey-ho.
convention. This was the first day
everyone had assembled in Orlando. I think most of us, basically all of us, yeah, I think all of us, got up to Orlando, kind of like mid-afternoon, right? Something like
I
that.
got there a little late, but
Yeah,
it was within.
most of us, I think, got there mid-afternoon, 3-4 o'clock. We hung out for a bit. We got all our stuff out of the car, got a little situated, and Matt's like, "Hey, I'm gonna take y'all to my favorite Japanese restaurant, Bay Ridge. Um, that's where we're all gonna, head over and eat tonight to whatever. That's that's the first place I want to take you guys." And we're like, "All right, bet." And uh I have no idea if I've mentioned it. I don't remember. I'm vegan, and so
You are?
whenever
We are
hang
famous.
on, hang on.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Okay, I found the notes. It says yes. Yeah. It was under my name. It was the next line.
Gotcha.
Anyway, so whenever I go to a restaurant that I haven't been to, I investigate the menu and I try to figure out what I can eat. Some restaurants are much better at communicating this than others. I have learned since then, not thanks to Bay Ridge, but thanks to other places, that some places have an allergen menu, so you can just straight up ask for that, and I guess that can be a useful life hack or tip if you have allergies and you struggle dealing with that when you go out to eat and you were not aware. But so, unfortunately, Bay Ridge was not such a place to make my life easy. There are lots of restaurants that put little keys and indicators on their menus saying, like, "Oh, this is vegetarian. This is vegan. This is spicy." Whatever. Bay Ridge doesn't like you. They just give you the menu, and it's a piece of shit. And I looked online before we went. I kind of pared down what I thought my options would be. We came in, we sat down. There were 9 of us. I think ultimately 9 of us at that table.
Oh, it was so
And
cold.
It was pretty cold.
It was cold. The AC was so cranked in the part of the restaurant they had us in. But so I'm looking through the menu. I'm trying to figure out, still pare down my options. I'm like, all right, I think I could eat something out of these options. Let me, narrow it down to 1 or 2 things that I want to get. And I asked the waitress, I'm like, hey, is this stir fry and these veggie rolls, spring rolls, whatever, are these vegan? And she's like, I don't know, let me go check for you. And I'm like, okay, thank you. And I'm thinking, I have no complaints at this point. This is totally typical. This is fine. I don't expect you to know everything on the goddamn menu. I don't care. Please, if you don't know, go ahead, go check. I'm not gonna be mad. I don't care. Perfectly fine. Very normal. Comes back, tells me, oh, such and such stir fry, or no, what did she say? Said, oh, I'm sorry to tell you, the veggie rolls, whatever the hell, spring rolls, whatever they were, those are not vegan. And I'm like, all right, that's fine. I picked 2 things for a reason. Because, she says spring rolls aren't vegan. By omission, I assume that means the stir fry is good to go. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I order the stir fry. Comes with like an appetizer salad or whatever. Which, by the way, not advertised on the menu, because otherwise I would have asked about the salad before it was brought to me. Because your boy does not like wasting food. And So we're sitting there, everybody's getting appetizers, or some of us are getting these salads. And I got this salad and it's got this dressing on it. And I'm like, I don't know what this salad is. I don't know what this dressing is. And so I asked the waitress, I'm like, hey, what is this salad? And she's like, oh, it's a ginger salad. And I'm like, okay, is it vegan? And she's like, I don't know, I can go check. And I'm like, yeah, let's do that. And I'm kind of fucking annoyed because, like I said, when I ask if you need to check, fair game. But once I ask if you're serving me food, I shouldn't need to keep asking the same time in the same session. So I'm kind of annoyed. Cliff Notes, I love you. And so yeah, she comes back. It's not vegan because of the dressing on it. And I'm like, great, thanks. And she's like, I can get you a new one. I'm like, awesome, please do. I'm fucking annoyed. I don't remember. Does anyone remember? Is this the first time that I walked out the door?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. So, this lovely shithole restaurant, Bay Ridge, is in a pretty big shopping center parking lot, whatever. I'm fucking mad. So I walk out the door because we're sat very close to the door, and one part of the parking lot near Bay Ridge is just desolate. There's like 5 cars in 120 spaces, and I literally just run. I run around the parking lot. I look like a fucking lunatic because I had no other way to reasonably vent this fucking anger about how annoying this process is. Because I hate wasting food. I also hate wasting time. And this fucking waitress has to keep going back and forth, asking the chef or whoever the fuck what the ingredients in the food that she's serving is, when if she just fucking asked before she'd bring it, we wouldn't have to waste that fucking salad, and we wouldn't have to waste our time walking back and forth. So I run around for like, whatever, 2 minutes. I come back in. Everyone's like, you good? I'm like, nope, but we're better now. Sit down. Get salad now without the dressing. Bitch forgets my fork. Because we're just killing it. We're absolutely killing it. I eat the salad. Entrees are coming out. Our friend Max is fucking annoying. And my entree comes out, and it's the stir fry, and it's got a sauce on it. And because the menu is shit, I don't know what the sauce is. And so I'm like, hey, what is this? I asked the waitress. She says, oh, it's our hibachi sauce. And I'm like, cool. What is it? Meaning, what are the ingredients? Can I eat it? And she's like, it's hibachi sauce. I'm like, motherfucker. This isn't apple juice. This isn't soy sauce. This isn't ketchup.
This was the point in the night where I actually like leveled with Rob. I was like, okay, this is getting ridiculous.
This is some random shit y'all have. We don't all have hibachi sauce out in the rest of the world. This is a maple syrup. This is not no one ingredient. It's the same ingredients everywhere. Obvious allergen type shit. I don't know what your hibachi sauce is, lady. And so I'm like, what's in it? What's in the hibachi sauce? She's like, oh, I don't know. I'd have to go check. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, sounds good. And as soon as she walks through the threshold into the next room, I walk right back out the door and I go run in the parking lot for like 3 more minutes. Actually, I might be messing up the order of events, because at some point she comes back with the list of ingredients to tell me, there's honey in it. And I'm like, cool, I can't eat that. And she's like, would you like me to bring you a new one without the sauce? I'm like, yeah,
let's do that. And I think at that point is when I went back outside and ran for 2 or 3 more minutes. Came back, got it, not with some different sauce on it. All my shit, no sauce. I get plain stir-fried tofu, plain stir-fried vegetables, and this is a Japanese restaurant, mind you. Bay Ridge, Japanese restaurant. I'm putting so much emphasis because you know what noodles I was given? Spaghetti.
It was no, it was not spaghetti.
It
No, it
was
not
spaghetti. Look at the menu.
Was it lo
Look up the
mein?
menu right now. Look up the menu now. You can get yakisoba or spaghetti noodles.
There's no shot.
I swear to God.
Bay Ridge, Orlando menu.
You can get goddamn spaghetti noodles.
Well,
If they don't have a menu online, I won't be surprised.
oh, they do. They do. All right. Well, while I look for this,
Yeah, so I get all this shit plain and a bottle of low sodium soy sauce. And it's like, wow, holy shit, we can't do better than that? Low sodium soy sauce? Crazy.
crazy.
All I see on there is yakisoba and ramen.
I see a section for pasta.
Oh.
Like it says
There's
pasta, but
nothing
there's
there.
nothing under it.
Yeah.
So maybe
It's unconfirmed. Oh.
plausible.
I'll work on it. Anyway,
Yeah.
my
so,
Cliff Notes rant is over. Thank
Got
you
it.
for coming to my TED Talk.
And that was-
Never go to fucking Bay Ridge. Not because I think, oh, they're inconsiderate to vegans. I think because they hire fucking morons and their menu sucks. Make a better menu. Hire fucking waiters and waitresses and staff that have brains. I love people who work in the service industry. I have never tipped that low in my fucking life other than when I went to Bay Ridge. I tipped
Oh, you tipped?
36 cents.
Oh.
See, I tipped because I wanted to make a point. If I tipped nothing, it would seem like I forgot because I am an asshole, or I didn't tip because I am cheap. I tipped specifically 36 cents to round it up to the dollar and to make it very clear, yes, I remembered to tip. No, maybe I'm cheap because I really specifically rounded it up to a dollar, but I really just wanted to send the message home that I thought the service fucking sucked because this waitress, ironically working at Bay Ridge, has no ridges on her fucking brain. That bitch smooth. Like a fucking baby's bottom. Oh my lord.
So that was the Cliff Notes. Dear
That
God.
was the Cliff Notes.
Notes.
No.
I can't give Cliff Notes heated. They just get, it turns into El Capitan. El Capitan, El Capitao, the big ass mountain. El Capitano.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
That.
No, El Capitan.
So, what I wanted to get from that, like 3 hours ago, was sauce. The hibachi sauce. I want to start a conversation, possibly a fight, about the question of where do we draw the lines between condiments, toppings, and sauces. So we can look up like dictionary definitions for these things, but I'd rather hear what you guys have to think about these things. So what are
I mean, I'll give my idea.
what are
It's a
some
pretty good
things that
idea.
are sauces but not condiments or toppings, toppings but not condiments or sauces, and so on?
I mean, the way I think about it is a sauce is something that's already on something. Okay.
or is meant to
Already
be
on.
already on something. A topping is a physical thing that goes on that something. It's not a sauce. It's a physical thing that goes on that something. And a condiment is something you dip other things in.
But you can dip stuff in sauces.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
I'ma say
That's how I differentiate them.
sauces and condiments are interchangeable. They are liquids, or at least mostly liquidy. So like thicker liquids. Largely, if not completely free of solids. Toppings are mostly, if not entirely, solid. They can be a little wet, but should be
Is
mostly
hot fudge a
solid.
topping?
That's a sauce or
That's a sauce.
So it's not a topping?
No, it's a sauce.
no.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, fudge
Yeah.
sauce, hot fudge sauce.
Yeah.
Dave's trying to make people mad.
I'm not trying to. I just
He's inciting anger.
We are a monolith.
we're a monolith. No, I think pretty much because like in the context of like ice cream, I think pretty much everything that you put on ice cream conventionally is a topping.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just depends a little bit on what you're talking about. Like, yeah, ice cream, I think they call anything they put on ice cream a topping. But like,
Yeah.
we're talking pizza, and you ask me what toppings I want, and I say, oh, ham, TM, quote unquote, and pineapple. And you go, what about sauce? I'm gonna look at you like you're stupid, because for me, sauce on a pizza is not a topping. Sauce. Like, we might talk about the sauce, like maybe we get a barbecue pizza, maybe we get a tomato pizza, maybe we get like that like a white garlic sauce pizza, but we're not calling it a fucking topping.
Yeah, like with hibachi, you don't put toppings on hibachi, you put hibachi sauce.
No, yeah, that is true. You get your stir fry.
You put the hibachi
You don't
sauce
put
on
any
the stir
toppings. You put
fry.
your hibachi sauce, your mystery sauce,
Mm.
your secret nectar.
So so is
Yeah.
relish, like pickle relish, is that a topping? Or is that a condiment?
It's both. It is a very rare one.
I'd say it's just a condiment.
I don't
I
know.
don't have many sauces.
I've never
so
never
I
had
don't
relish,
care.
so I don't know how.
Because usually it's
Ooh, that's
so
a
condiments
lot
and
of
relish is like in
solids.
like a it's in like a squeezable
Yeah, but that looks
container.
like a lot of.
So
That
I've
looks
seen
that
a
looks.
couple different ways to have it. Like the normal Heinz squeezable relish like is like liquid
Yeah.
enough to where you could squeeze it, but I've seen relish that people like scoop with spoons
Yeah.
onto hot dogs,
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
where it's pretty much just like chopped up pickles.
Yeah, I'm sticking with my original vote of both a rare condiment and topping, but not a sauce. Too many solids to be a sauce.
Mm.
I think to contain solids and to be a sauce, it has
Literally
to
made of
still
the same
be
thing.
mostly liquid, and it has to be at most 1 to 2 types of solids. Like, before I continue with that line of logic, let me see what is in relish. Produce. Great, that doesn't fucking help me. Okay, yeah, sure. Tell me a relish recipe. That'll make it more clear. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Cause like I think of like a garlic sauce or like a chili garlic sauce, like something you might see at like a hot pot place where they have a little sauce bar. I say that because I know we lads have hit some hot pot places together and have hit ones that have had sauce bars. And like if it's just like a mix of like, like teriyaki, soy sauce, sugar, whatever mixed up, and then, diced up or mashed garlic mixed in. I'm not gonna say that's a condiment or a topping, because it's still like over 80% liquid, and it's got like one type of solid in it. It's just teeny tiny bits of garlic, or like a chili garlic sauce where there's like chili flakes or like chopped up chili. Same thing. It's like 80+% liquid. It's like one to two things. I'm not gonna call that a topping. But relish, that looks like it's got way too much solid content.
Mm.
I think it's a condiment.
Relish?
Yeah,
Why?
I mean, yeah. It goes either way.
because the relish I'm used to is the squeezable one from a bottle. And usually if anything's squeezable from a bottle, it's a condiment to me.
Mm.
If you guys scoop it, solid
Scoopy-loopy.
scoops, topping, and then sauces is just like soups, soup consistency type things.
That's. What about barbecue sauce?
Is a sauce.
It's still soup consistency. Because you can have thick soup and thin soup.
Oh,
So is it a
there's another
condiment or
one.
a sauce?
When does soup become stew?
Sauce.
Soup becomes stew.
When it's hot enough.
It's hot enough. No. It's not when it's hot enough.
I think it's what's in it, like how much stuff is in it.
I don't know.
The quantity of mixed items.
Quantity? What do you mean? The ratio?
Yeah. Like,
I think the more
if
hearty it
the-
is, and the more meat it has, the closer to stew it is.
Okay,
More-
so
just more
this
varied.
random article I just looked up, it says soup can be completely liquefied or it can consist of other elements that are fully submerged in liquid. Stew, meanwhile, is typically chunkier and contains just enough liquid to cover the main ingredients.
Sure.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Hefty, hefty, hefty. Okay. Well, that wasn't as as entertaining as I hoped it would be, but it was still fun, I guess. Tink. So
Oops.
last little bit I'd like for us to touch on tonight is our progress on the manga volumes that we said that we'd like to start earlier this week. And I believe Rob and Matt both read, so forgive me if I'm wrong, but the entirety of
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know the name of it.
I got it. It is Kimi wa Tsuki oni hikari kagayaku. You shine in the moonlight, or Kimitsuki. Which you're thinking, damn, Matt and Rob read a whole manga in a week. It's 11 chapters. So yeah.
They're really good 11 chapters, though.
I concur. So, yeah. Matt and I read all of Kimitsuki.
It's very good. Very sad. Made me want to cry a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know, Dave. Are you gonna deafen or do you not care?
Yeah, I'll deafen. Just say come back in the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So Kimitsuki.
Hold on. I just realized me deafening would mean the stream wouldn't hear you. So I'm just gonna take my headphones off. Just
same deal.
Just
yeah.
say something. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So lol. Anyway, we have confirmed Jackson is chilling. He doesn't care. Kimitsuki is, like I said, an 11 chapter completed manga. Very similar vibe to I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, the anime movie, if you're familiar.
Very bad name for a movie.
It is a very strange name. Or like your Lion April type beat, so like a tragic romance. If you're not familiar with I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, in Kimitsuki, this high school boy is sent to deliver a like get well card and some other like document or paper or whatever, or a letter from his class to a girl who is supposed to be in that class but is unable to attend school because of a severe illness. I don't remember if they establish that it's a terminal illness to the kids in the class or what, but she is very ill in the hospital, cannot come to school at all. And he brings her this card and the letter or whatever printout, and he meets her and they talk a little bit, and he ends up agreeing to come back and see her again, and eventually she basically shares with him a bucket list of things that she wants to do before she dies, and asks him to complete this list for her and just come back to her and report on what it was like and how he felt. And if you're worried about the pacing, since it's only 11 chapters, I would not worry about it. It is the type of thing where it's the pacing kind of feels like a comfortable movie length. And some of the chapters are pretty long, honestly. I really enjoyed it, but as Matt said, that it's spoiler alert, it's sad.
Yeah, it's very sad.
If you know anything about I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, Your Lie in April, whatnot, tragic romances are tragic. This shit hurted, but I enjoyed it a lot. I don't remember. It might be recency bias because I haven't seen I Want to Eat Your Pancreas in a hot minute. I think it's probably better than I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. I don't think it's better than Your Lie in April, but it's very solid. I'd say like a 7 or 8 out of 10 for how short of a series it is.
Explain the disease a bit further.
Yeah.
And why it's so deadly.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. For reference, also kind of explains the title, You Shine in the Moonlight. The girl's disease is some made up disease in the world of the manga called luminescence disease. And it literally, the only like I think symptoms that are explained or even implied are like fatigue, weakness, and bioluminescence. And it's
Yeah,
like
they glow and they glow, and that's
for
it's
some
bad
for some
them,
reason
and it's uncurable.
that's bad, and you die fairly quickly. Like this isn't like a eventually you'll die. It's like a no, within this smallish window of time you will die. Even
I think
though like
they made one relation to it and the sun.
yeah,
Or like
I
stars.
had a complaint with that. They said that people with this disease glow with the brightness of 1/1,000,000th of the sun. And let me tell you, this had me feverishly Google
What?
searching to be like,
That's pretty bright, honestly.
that right, that's pretty bright. And listen, I'm not a physics person. I'm not really good at converting really complicated units of measurement. Like some of the units I was seeing were like photons per second squared per centimeter squared or some shit like that. But from what I came to understand and what I got by asking Dave, who is familiar with the physical sciences and deals with some of that complicated conversion of unit bullshit, is no fucking way this bitch is glowing 1/1,000,000th the brightness of the sun.
She's too
Like,
bright. I can't see.
there ain't no way. There ain't no way. If you look at the brightness of the sun and you get all this into the same realm of units, because like there's lumens, there's photons, there's whatever the fuck. Apparently, I found out recently there's something, what is it called? Candle power or something, which is, why God, I don't know, horsepower type beat. Yeah, when you get it all into the same realm, you compare the sun to this girl's supposed brightness to, in the real world, the brightest bioluminescent creature on the earth that we know of. There ain't no way. There ain't no way. It don't line up. It's a minor detail, but it don't make no sense. And why this disease is terminal also make no sense. But if you give them that, very solid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd give it a solid 9 out of 10 for me. I liked it a lot. The only complaint I have is the science.
Yeah.
Like it just made me just confused the more they talked about it. But other than that, it was really good.
Yeah. As long as they weren't talking about her disease, I'm like, yeah, I like this. All the characters, all the different interactions and moments and
I
relationships
liked his
that
friend
happened.
a lot. I liked his friend a lot.
Yeah. I would say check it out, especially if you can cope with the science bullshit better than we can. Anything more to add?
That's all I got. I just pretty much liked it. That's pretty much all I can really say. I mean, other than that, yeah, the story very similar to I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. It's it's just a sad, tragic romance, and I like reading them. I hate that I read them.
Vibe. All right, we summon Dave back. Dave.
Hello.
There he is. Hello.
He's back.
Good talk.
All right. Yeah.
So to talk about the ending of
Okay. Well, Jax, what are you doing? Okay. Anyway, so the thing that I had homework to do was to read the first volume of Monster, which I will speak a little bit about because Rob is going to be back momentarily. And if you don't want to hear about the first 7 chapters of Monster, then hide your ears, hide your wife. And if that includes anyone in this call, then I will just say a message in our private chat here when you can return if you like. Welcome back, Rob.
Thank you.
So Monster is a very dark story about this neurosurgeon named Tenma, right? Tenma or Temna.
Let me see.
I think it's Tenma, Tenma. And
Kenzo Tenma.
Kenzo Tenma. So Tenma is a very seasoned. Well, actually, I won't say seasoned. He's supposed to be
talented,
talented,
prodigious,
young, very, very brilliant for his age and relative inexperience. Like very, very good neurosurgeon. All the patients love him, and a lot of his coworkers really like him. And then as he gets, further in his career, he's noticing that the people that he works with, especially his higher ups, are more interested in the business side of the hospital and its well-being than actual patient safety. They're more worried about the reputation and prestige of the hospital itself. And our boy Tenma is not about that, but he knows that he's young and inexperienced, so he's sort of taken everything as it goes and sort of just nodding and smiling to all of his superiors because he doesn't want to step on any toes. Well, one day, Tenma gets a very unfortunate patient into his operating room. It is a young child who has received a bullet wound to the head from a stray bullet from not an attempted, a successful double homicide by some perpetrator to his parents. Both of his parents were killed in this attack, and he was injured, and his twin sister was there also, and she was sort of shell-shocked by the whole thing. She didn't get physically injured, but she was in shock from all of it. But this little boy has a bullet in his head and is barely alive, so he gets brought in and is put on the table and about to be operated on by Tenma. And right as he's about to start, another person comes in that needs to be operated on, and it is the mayor of the city that he lives in. And the director of his hospital says, "You need to operate on the mayor. This can be really big for us. This is very important for us as a hospital and as a business." And Tenma is like, I literally have someone on the table already. It is a child with a bullet in their head. He will die if I do not begin my work that I was just about to begin on him. And director's like, tough shit. This is the mayor.
Did I ask?
I don't think I was asking. In fact, I'm telling you, operate on the mayor. He is more important.
Also, I just want to add,
Yes.
Tenma is established to be the only doctor present capable of performing the operation on this kid.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, this is such a sketchy fucking procedure. Ain't no way any of these other bozos can run this.
Yeah.
It has to be me.
Yeah.
He
But-
wasn't toxic about it. He's just
No.
like, I'm the only one who can do this.
Mm-hmm.
It's me or this kid is dead.
Yeah, there's
Meanwhile,
really no
the
room
mayor
for
mayor's was not as like unique and challenging of a procedure. At least
Yeah.
it wasn't implied to be so. They just wanted Tenma to do it because he's the best in the hospital, and they wanted to have their best shot at saving the mayor.
Mm-hmm.
And so they had him lined up to do it.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't seem like that would have been necessary, that if you had just lined up somebody good enough, that it would have gotten done.
Yeah. And so he is ordered directly by the director to operate on the mayor and to basically abandon the kid and leave him to die. And Mr. Gigachad over here says, fuck that. I'ma operate on this boy. I'm gonna save his life. He was here first, and that's how it is. You know, the mayor's life is important too, but this child's life is no less important. So he does the operation, and the child is safe for the moment. Afterward, he looks to be in okay condition. He's still asleep, still bandaged up, but he's no longer has a bullet in his head and is no longer in um, life-threatening peril for the moment. So, in the middle of all this, the mayor, unfortunately, passes away. And, you know, it's big news that the mayor passed away. I think he had like a massive stroke or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. Very acute thing. But he passes away. And
Like getting shot in the head.
yeah. And, you know, it's very sad. And a bunch of things happen. Um, the hospital and the PR are just trying to save face pretty much, and they say that they did everything they could to save him, but it was too much, too far gone. But we did our best with what we had, pretty much, and that was that. But word of this, of course, got to the director and all of his other superiors that Tenma disobeyed a direct order to operate on the mayor, and he was subsequently demoted from his position to one where he's not getting he's not under the direct order of the director anymore, and he's actually allowed to work a little more autonomously, and he gets, I guess, what they consider more of the grunt work, more
Yeah.
of the
But
unpopular jobs. Which, you know, and yeah, good.
I was gonna say he's kind of lost his most of his foreseeable chances for career progression, which up until that point where he disobeyed that order and was demoted was more of the direction that he was being pulled towards, was following those orders and being a kind of a people pleaser for the sake of doing what he had thought would be really meaningful work, because he was like, I want to save lives and I want to do research to save lives, and in order for me to do research to save lives, I need to move up so that people will leave me the fuck alone and I can do my research.
Yeah.
And kind of what he comes to realize is he's like, damn, maybe it's not all about research if it means that I'm, you know, gonna kill somebody now, basically.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the sacrifice he makes in going with that decision, is like he's not he's not unhappy with the work that he deals with after the fact, because he does care about people and he gets along well with a lot of his coworkers and the patients like him. He does good work, but now he's basically just stuck where he's at.
Yeah. And there's no mechanism for him to move up anymore, which is very unfortunate. He does not deserve it. But so what ends up happening is he's at this he's lower on the ladder here now, and the boy is still in the bed. He hasn't woken up yet, until one day they come to find that the boy is gone. He's missing. Where did he go? And he's missing, and the girl, I think the
twin sister.
Yeah, the sister went missing also, and so both twins are gone, and she's not physically injured, but she's like shell shocked. They're both missing, and everyone's scrambling. Like, where the hell did they go? And then They don't find them. And then 9 years pass, and there's no leads or anything.
Wait.
Yeah.
You're skipping over something important.
What's that?
So one important thing is it's big news that these kids' parents were killed and that they're in the hospital and that they received this treatment from Tenma and everything that happened. There's a lot of news hubbub at the hospital, and there's also a lot of like get well gifts being sent to the children. I imagine, especially to the brother. And Tenma is just trying. At this point, he's already been demoted, and at this point, he's just trying to use what power he has and his abilities to do what is best for these two kids. And so, they're accepting all these gifts and cards and whatever, candy, food, flowers, whatnot. But he's like, keep the media out of this shit. This is a, you know, child who, one child who's witnessed a traumatic event and another child who has experienced a traumatic event, witnessed a traumatic event, and is still in recovery.
Yeah.
Keep these cameras and reporters out of the room. I'm here to do what is best for these children. And some of the people who work at the hospital that he had previously been kind of being a people pleaser to and always saying yes to, now in this situation decide to leapfrog over him and say, sorry, fuck you, we don't care what you think, we're gonna make a news story out of this current situation about what's going on with these two kids in this hospital, because people know about what happened, but they're gonna make more of sticking the cameras in the kids' faces than they have been thus far.
Yeah.
And there's mixed results, but the really important thing that happens is these three other individuals. It's like the director of the hospital, the current chair of the surgery department, and one other person, I don't remember who, another person who is above Tenma at the hospital, while they are in the room observing this media bullshit that they orchestrated, they take some candy that was sent as a get well gift and they eat it. And the reason that this is important is in the like similar time frame to the two twins, the boy and the twin sister going missing, these three individuals from the hospital all drop dead. And they have been poisoned, and the only really clear thing connecting the three is that all three of them ate the same candy. It was found in their stomachs in the autopsies. And with all three of those guys dead, there is no one. There's no longer anyone directly obstructing Tenma's career path, because originally he was trying to become chief of the surgery department at this hospital. And there is no one directly antagonistic to him now that the director of the hospital is dead.
Basically, the lane is open for him now.
Yeah. And so it kind of makes it, you're kind of wondering, it's like, ooh, like, I know they had a really like meaningful disagreement on their principles, and it's really,
Yeah.
seems
So
like it's a good situation for Tenma.
so the idea is that he really looks suspicious here. That the three people that were preventing him from progressing his career are now dead, and pretty much right exactly when it needed to happen too. It's all very suspicious looking, and of course he didn't do it.
He does have an alibi.
He does have an alibi. He was so distraught over what was going on that he went and to a bar and just drank all night, and then came home when these people dropped dead. So he absolutely did not do it, or at least he directly did not do it. And so they're gone. So can I say now 9 years passes?
Yeah, 9 years.
9 years passes,
pass.
and he is now the chief surgeon, I think.
Yeah, I
is his
think
title.
he is now the chief surgeon or
So
chief of
he's
the
the head
surgery
honcho
department.
surgeon at the hospital. He's like right where he wants to be. Maybe director someday. Who cares? But he's in a real good spot right now. And then he gets a another patient in his care who was a
I think a person of interest.
A person of interest in the murders of a couple, a middle-aged wealthy couple in the city. And
4 couples.
Yeah, there's 4 couples within 2 years of each other that were murdered in similar ways, similar profiles, similar MOs, and all that junk. And he's a suspect of being a getaway, like a lockpick, I think, for...
Yeah, helping people break into these places.
Yeah. So the head detective, who reminds me of Voldemort, wants to investigate this guy, but he gets hit by a car as he's running away from something or from someone in the street, and then he randomly gets hit by a car, gets put in the hospital, and is now under the care of our boy Tenma, who's now chief surgeon 9 years later. And without going too much more into it, because I kind of want to finish this up, the detective comes to the hospital, talks to Tenma, talks to the guy who's the suspect, and wants information. Is saying, hey, we can give you a deal, a plea deal. We can drop your charges if you give us information, give us your guy, because we know that you're not the main dude here. You're just the lockpick. We want the main dude, not you, necessarily. And Tenma is getting real heated because the dude in the bed is getting stressed out, and that's not good for his health right now. So Tenma orders the detective to leave because he's saying, doctor's orders, you need to leave now. And the detective is like, kind of convenient that you're asking us to leave when you're still like sort of suspect in those 3 murders of your superiors all those years ago. And Tenma's like, what do you mean by that? He's like, oh, nothing. And then he leaves. But then later on, the dude in the bed, the lockpick, goes missing. Whoop-de-doo. But before Tenma notices that he's gone, the security guard that was told to stand by his door, outside his hospital room door, is dead, and next to him on the ground is a candy wrapper. Presumably poisoned by candy, the same way that the 3 were killed 9 years ago. So Tenma looks for his patient and eventually finds him running away, running down the street around the corner to this parking garage, and is like, hey, come back, you're not well, get back here. And he's like, no, don't chase me, he'll find you, he'll kill you, like he killed my friends. And he's like, who? And then Tenma reaches him finally, and he sees a silhouette of a man holding a gun toward his patient, who's on the ground, and who like tripped over, and now he's in a vulnerable position, and he's at gunpoint by this shadowy figure, and the figure is talking to Tenma like he's very familiar with him, and he says that you saved my life 9 years ago. And Tenma is a smart dude. He puts one and two together and realizes that this is the boy that he saved with the bullet wound and went missing along with his sister. And he says, you saved my life all those years ago. And you had said before in a fit of rage when you thought that you were alone, that you wished that those superiors of yours were dead because it would make your life a lot better. So I made that happen for you to make you happy, for saving my life. Thank you. So we now know that 9 years ago, this boy had something to do with those 3 murders when he was recovering from a bullet wound to the head and all that. So very interesting. But Tenma is very much like, no, life is sacred. All life is equally beautiful and pure and all that. You should not kill people, and please do not kill this person that you currently have at gunpoint. And he was like, nah, fam, and he does it anyway. Beep, indeed.
I hate my apartment.
Yeah. So, with that, the boy walks past him, and we get a glimpse at his face. And he's the boy. He's 9 years older now, and he's a grown-up dude, or at least an older teenager. And he is now what the person who he just killed described as a monster.
Boom, boom, boom.
And that was volume 1. And it was very good.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it a lot.
Volume 1.
Yeah, that was
Fucking
volume
8
1.
chapters.
Yeah. So, very good story. Very into it so far. Excited to read more. But I think I want to read a little bit more of Girl from the Other Side, because I missed that story and all its darkness as well.
I need my other flavor
I need my
of darkness.
other flavor of darkness. Did you have any other thoughts on it before we bring Matt back?
Really fucking good.
Yeah.
We had the idea to get started with this segment thing again over the weekend, and I wanted to read 3 things. That would have been total like 40 chapters of stuff. Matt and I read Kimitsuki. Dave and I read Monster. I'm the only one who read another one, which I guess we'll hopefully talk about next week. I read Monster. I read Monster last out of the 3. And let me tell y'all, did I smoke that first volume. I had already read the first 2 things, totaling like 30 chapters, Sunday night. And so Monday, just during my breaks at work, which is about an hour total, I read the whole first volume. And every time I read it, I'm like, I shouldn't read this at work. I work at a preschool. I don't like the incongruous feelings I have of reading something like that and then going in and working with a room full of children.
Mm-hmm.
But motherfucker, I read it anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things that you really can just like not put down once you're in the zone.
Oh my god. I blasted that first volume before I got home from work on Monday, and I've been waiting all week.
Yeah. So, very good story. Happy to have started it. Happy to continue it. So, very sorry that took a while. But there was a lot to talk about with it. So, I'm glad we did.
I'm not sorry. Read Monster. Watch Monster.
Yeah, read Monster. Watch it.
Banger.
I don't know. I don't know if the anime is good or not. I'll look it up
I
later.
don't know either.
Well, boyos, was there anything else we wanted to quickly mention?
Hunger Games movie came out today. That's it.
Oh,
Yeah, I heard.
I did not
I
know
heard-
about that.
Are you a Hunger Games
I've
enjoyer?
heard nothing good about it. So
I
It's
thought they would have
alright.
made all
It's
them
just
movies already.
interesting for a new movie. Because it's a prequel now.
Oh,
So yeah.
cool. I think I saw the first movie. What was there only one movie?
There were 3.
Oh, there. Okay.
Yeah, I was confused, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like the first one, and then like Catching Fire, and then
no,
Mockingbird,
There was 4. There was
and then part
Mockingbird
2
and
of the Mockingbird.
Part 2.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And then that's the prequel.
Cool.
I've heard nothing good about this prequel.
Oh
I
really?
probably won't watch
Okay.
it.
I have heard nothing. I
Well, if
am
it just came
unaware.
out today, did you really hear that much about it yet?
Oh, sorry, it came out yesterday,
Oh,
17th. Sorry, I forgot. Today
What
is
a
the
life.
18th right now.
oh, okay.
If you're in the East Coast
Future
of the U.S.
Future.
enjoyers.
All right then, boyos. What do you say?
Oh, is all.
That is all. Okay.
Matt, how long is the thing you wanted to talk about?
I mean, not too long. I can keep it short.
Go for it. Cook.
So,
Cook chef.
COD multiplayer. I've heard the story for New Call of Duty sucks. I haven't played it so far, but let me tell you, the multiplayer and the zombies are honestly some of my favorite I've ever played in Call of Duty.
Really?
I absolutely love the multiplayer after playing it. It is
The
so
zombies is
much
good.
fun. I've heard that zombies is it's not like your typical Treyarch zombies, but it feels
Yeah,
like
I
zombies
didn't
but
know they were doing
DMZ.
zombies.
It's zombies, but it's like DMZ, where you can extract with loot and stuff, and you go and you fight a bunch of zombies. It ramps up over time, and then you extract when you want to. There's events and there's things that happen in the world. It's very cool. I
Huh.
haven't played much of the zombies, but I think it's cool. As for the multiplayer, I love the upgrade system. I love that you can choose what you want to get. Once you hit the level 25, you're able to just do your daily challenges and unlock pieces of gear. For example, I did 3 daily challenges the other day, and I just unlocked Dead Silence at level 25.
Nice.
Very fun, very cool. Dead Silence is normally very late into the leveling process for COD. And Dead Silence in this game is actually dead silent, which means I'm not getting sound hoard into oblivion by somebody with a headset. So that's very nice too.
I'm debating on getting Modern Warfare 3.
I'd say if you want to play the multiplayer for it, it's worth it. The sniping feels good. The guns in general feel good. They removed the tuning thing from the last game, which a lot of people liked. I didn't like it because I thought it made making classes even more complicated than their already complicated 5 attachment system.
Huh.
But in terms of perks, they turned perks into equipment. So, for example, Dead Silence are called Covert Sneakers, and they're your boot slot. So you put them on as boots.
I hate that.
Yep, and then Ghost is like a chest piece. It's like a ghillie suit.
That's
There's just a
interesting.
bunch of it's like equipment now instead of
Yeah, just
your
perks.
typical perk system. And then you can have different vests, which will give you hey, if you want 2 tactical grenades, you can put on this vest. If you want,
Are they different cosmetic looking?
I
Or
don't
is it kind
believe
of all the
so. I
same
believe the
looking?
cosmetic. I don't believe they actually show in game. I don't think it matters. I think in game you're just your skin, regardless.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna be Nicki Minaj in full camo.
Oh man, not the ghillie suit,
God
Nicki
damn
Minaj.
it. What the fuck am I playing for?
but it is very good. Like the weapons so far have been good. The maps are all Modern Warfare 2 maps, so they're gonna be good just because they're remade Modern Warfare 2 maps. All their new maps are not that good. I'll be honest. Per usual, the new Call of Duty maps that they come out with are too big, and it takes forever to find anybody. And when you do, you're getting sniped across the map because all the maps they create nowadays are way too fucking big. So, especially for 6v6 gameplay, it's awful. So all the old maps, like High Rise, God, what are some of the other ones? Rust. All those maps are pretty good, but the newer ones not so much. But yeah, overall, feels really good. The gunplay is amazing. The one complaint I had about gunplay in Modern Warfare 2 was that it felt slow and clunky. They have completely changed that with this game. It feels like an arcade shooter again, not like fucking
Are the
Battlefield.
maps
Nice.
are the maps the same, or are there any new ones?
Again, maps are Modern Warfare 2. They are modern,
Mm.
not Modern Warfare 2 2022 maps. Modern Warfare 2 from like 20 whatever, like 15 years
Okay.
ago.
Nice. Okay.
Those maps like Afghan and Rust and all those
Rust.
old maps.
High Rust.
Terminal's back. Love Terminal. Absolutely love that map. I'm happy that's back.
Okay.
But yeah, overall it's fun. All the weapons are like pretty much just the Modern Warfare 2 2022 weapons, because this was supposed to initially be a DLC for that. They turned it into a whole new game to make us pay $70 more.
$70 DLC.
Yep. So to be completely honest, that's the worst part of the game is the price tag. I haven't done the story yet. I heard it's terrible, so I
man.
probably won't play the story.
Uh-oh.
But in terms of multiplayer, I'd say they did a solid job for the first time in many years. So
Good stuff.
I'm
Okay.
very happy about that. That's all I had.
Very nice, very nice. Okay. Well, if that is all, would Mr. Robber like to take us out?
Robert Kowitz.
Not in the way that Mr. Monster does.
Right. Thank you very much for listening to this lovely 12th episode of the Degen Z podcast. I have been your host. Fuck. It says it on this bottle. Rob.
Why does it say it on the bottle?
It's a pill bottle. It's a prescription.
It's prescription.
I'm Jax.
I am Dave.
And I'm Matt. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Thank you all for watching and listening.
See you next time.
Bye.
Have a good holiday.
See y'all later.
We
Bye-bye.
hope to see you next week.
Happy Thanksgiving. I forgot about that.
If you celebrate.
Eat lots of food. Get fat.